machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content, like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live. Thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Bolo Blinds, Pocker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Foxes Arms and Rainbows. We are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to Leicester Fan TV. It is another Thursday, which means it's another Foxes Focus show. What a week it's been. Just over a week. We lost to Middlesbrough. We then lost to Leeds in I'll call it a dramatic match. Obviously, we were leading, and then we weren't. And then obviously we had Bournemouth in the cup earlier this week, which we won. Surprisingly, I would say. Let me know if you agree, and we'll get onto that. But yeah, it's been a crazy week, and it only continues. We've got QPR this weekend. I can see a comment here from Mark, always daft. Every game is a must win. Hey, don't blame me. I did not name the video. It was somebody else. I'll let you guess who it might have been. Evening though, Mark. Evening, nice for being here. Thanks for being here. Nick is here. Evening, Locks. Evening, Nick. When the titles roll in just a minute, I will put the link out there so you can come and have a chat. Sunny Adventures is here. Evening, we need the 3 points, definitely, and hope Leeds start dropping points. Will that happen? We'll talk about that. LCFC number 4. Good evening, Locks. This game will be a very easy win, I guess so. Well, you'd hope so. I think so, but some people will call us arrogant for saying that. We'll see. Evening, Locks. Hope you well. Yeah, thanks, Scott, mate. Hope you're well too. Scooby Baz says definitely all we have to do is look after ourselves. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, thanks to everyone watching already. Get your comments in. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you're on YouTube. And yeah, we'll talk about a whole load of things tonight. We'll get some people on. Keep a lookout in the comments in literally 20 seconds or so, and you'll see the link so you can click on that and come and have a chat with us. So, as I said, welcome to the Foxes Focus show. It is the standard show for a Thursday. Obviously, we had Tactics Talk earlier on as well, which Reedy and Sam hosted. They were talking about who they want to see, what lineup they want to see, and all of that stuff. So after this video, not yet, after this video, after this live, go and check that out and see if you agree with the lads. I can see Chris is already waiting in the background. There is somebody else as well waiting in the background. I think it's Reedy. Reedy, turn your camera on, turn your mic on, and you can come and have a chat too, mate. Come and tell us how amazing Patson Daka is. Dawn is here. Defo need 3 points on Saturday. Yes, we do, Dawn. Callum is here. Finally, someone on that talks some sense. Cheers, Callum, mate. Hey, Callum, the link's there, bro. Come and have a chat yourself. If you think you speak a bit of sense, click on the link and come and have a chat. If you think you speak better sense than Reedy or Phil or Jamie or whoever. Carl's here. Hey, Locks, watching from Cyprus. Hey, Carl, mate, what part of Cyprus are you in? I love Cyprus. Get some, have some halloumi for me, mate. Have some halloumi. What beer do they drink? Is it Effie's or is that? I think Effie's. Do they drink Effie's in Cyprus? I think they do. Let me know. Sonny says we need to cut the passing in our area and play in the opposition half. Yep. Chris says, it's funny this is actually because Chris says easy win, and then Andy says Callum was talking about Chris. So that's quite funny. Guys, just to let you know that this is what the link looks like if you're on Facebook, and this is what the link looks like if you're on YouTube. Just come and click it. Literally, just click the comment, click on that, join in. I can't remember if you need to sign in or if you just put your name. I think you just have to put your name. I don't know. But come and have a chat with us, and yeah, we're gonna, like I said, we could talk about a few different things. So come and let us know what you think. Keith is here. No games are a must win. We're strolling it. Oh, Keith with the optimism. Sounds like something I would have said a week ago. football's a humbler. Football's a humbler, and I have been well and truly humbled in the last 10 days or so. We must give the LCFC B team players a lot more chances, else the first team, as we see, we're stressed after 2 defeats. Scooby says, great for a cup run. Just hope it didn't take its toll on the players, i.e. injuries. Yeah, I think they're okay at the minute. But got a few more games. We've got a quarter final against Chelsea. There's so much to talk about. We've got a quarter final against Chelsea. Hopefully, I think we'll go full strength in that. But hopefully there's no injuries or anything like that. Carl says he's from Nicosia. Had some halloumi today, and the beer is Keo. That's it, Keo. Nice, mate. Nicosia, yeah. Where's the army base? You know the army base, Carl? And there's a pub near. You'll probably know this because Cyprus it's not a big place. There's an army base, and then near the army base, there's a pub, or there was a pub. I don't know if it's still there, called the TriStar. Let me know if I'm right there in the name of it. But let me know if you've been there, and I'll tell you why when you reply. Andy says points record is looking a bit optimistic. Well, we need 10 wins from 12 games. We've done that before. Will we do it again? One more comment before we start getting people in. Evening Locks, just an observation, but I thought Ian Acho had a pretty decent game against Bournemouth. He was good on the ball, linked up well with other players, and for me to say that I must have been impressed, so much so that as Vardy's injured, I would definitely start Kel rather than Daka, who offers nothing. What about Cannon as well, mate? Didn't have the best of games, I know, against Bournemouth. He was all right, but didn't do anything special. But yeah, let's start. Where do we start tonight? Because I know Phil and Jamie have both already spoken really about Leeds, so we don't really need to go into Leeds that much. So why don't we start with Bournemouth? Yeah, do that. Nick, I know Nick was just in the background and now he's disappeared for some reason. So I'm going to post the link in the chat one more time. There it is. Lovely stuff. So just click that and come and have a chat. Let's get Chris in, who is already waiting. And let's see what he has to say. I think I know what he's going to say about QPR. It's an easy win, but we're not going to talk about that just yet, Chris. So don't start with that, mate. We're going to talk about Bournemouth, which I'm guessing you thought was an easy win too, right? So let's get Chris in. Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Was Bournemouth an easy win, or even though it was extra time?
Hey, did we win?
We did.
So it was an easy win.
No, come on, Chris. You're worse than Reedy with Daka.
No one's worse than Reedy with Daka.
Oh, he just
but did he play
as well? Hey, Reedy flicked his camera on when I said that, and now he's turned it off again. Tut. All right, Chris. So extra time. Well, let's rewind further back in time. Before the Bournemouth game. We saw the team news, and let's be honest, mate. It didn't look good. Some, I want to say B team players, probably some C team players there as well. If you're gonna class them as A, B, and C players. What is your opinion on how we did overall really in that game? Because like I said, I was surprised by it. I was surprised that we, even when we had the first half, that team on the pitch, we still looked pound for pound. I know they had rested players as well, but pound for pound, I'd say we were pretty even with them. Both teams could have scored a goal in the first half. So what did you think to the players that started the game? Were you impressed?
Yeah, no, I was. I understand Enzo's way of thinking. We need to, our focus is to get back into the Premier League. So I completely understand him giving the youth a bit more chance, so to speak. So yeah, when I saw the team, other than Vestergaard, who's becoming many people's player of the season, you're thinking, okay, it might go one or two ways, but you don't know how they're going to do. And then when you saw the first half and thinking, actually, we both hit the bar. We both were having chances, but not really taking them. So you're thinking it could happen in it. And then when it went into extra time, I think all of us were pretty much saying it's going to go to penalties, which is good because, our penalty record has been better recently. But then we had a stunning Premier League worthy goal, and it was enough to see us through. So yeah, no, absolutely, it was brilliant, and I commend Enzo this week. I really do, because we've been giving him a lot of bashing recently, and I don't think he deserves it. Because I generally see his way of thinking, and it worked this week. So yeah, I think for once we need to give him some praise, not bash him.
Yeah, I agree. Let's bring Reedy in now, because it looks like he's ready. Someone did put a comment here, Battle of the Tashes. Just out of curiosity, Chris, how long did it take you? How long's that been growing, mate? How long?
Okay. There is a reason behind it, which I won't go into. But I am. Let's just say I'm playing a part on stage very soon. So that's
Okay.
why that's.
So how long
but I think the last time I shaved it was when I lost that bet with Jamie back at Christmas.
So that's not so bad. I mean, I thought I was poor. I was going to say this has been like 3 weeks in the making. So you're even worse than me, it looks like, mate. No offense. I'm terrible. Just to make this a 1v1v1 Battle of the Tashes. There we go. By the way, sorry if my camera's a bit off. I've got a setting on where it kind of like tracks me, but it's really annoying because it's putting me too bloody low. So I'll turn that off in a sec. Reedy, we were just talking about the Bournemouth game. Here's a comment. Someone mentions an individual player. I didn't see him getting spoken about too much on social media, but Marçal, what did you think to him? Because I personally thought he was, well, the same as what I thought at the start of the season. Finishing and end product, not really great, but in terms of progressing the ball, he was pretty good, wasn't he?
I think majority of the time we played him in the Championship, he was playing on the right, and when he got put on the left to play Bournemouth, I think he suited it a lot better. He could cut in a bit more, he could take shots, he could get down the line without having to cut in. So there is good things to say about him. I don't think he had a bad game. I don't think many people had a bad game against Bournemouth on Tuesday, but like I say, it's a B team for a reason. Not all of them are going to have many chances. Just looking off the main man who did come on, took the chance and scored a screamer. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, against Leeds, Abdul Fatu, who I would say probably was the worst player on the pitch. And I know that sounds a bit harsh, but I just think he didn't really have much going for him. I think he had the least amount of touches as well in the game. He had like a 40% pass success rate as well. I think it was only like 5 passes or 6 passes. He only completed half of them. Didn't have a great game. Obviously, was rested like a lot of other players, but he was one of the lucky few, I suppose, that got taken up to or down to Bournemouth, up to Bournemouth, down to Bournemouth, whatever you want to call it. We all know we want him to sign permanently, and we all know how good he's been this season. He's finally scored one of them, cutting in on his left and taking a shot. Very, very, very good goal. But what have you got to say about him, mate? What have you got to say about Fatu?
Fatu has definitely been one of our more successful signings this year, even though it's just on loan. I still think firmly, of all the loan signings we've had, he's the one that definitely deserves the permanent contract, 100%. If we still had Cassidy, I'd still have Fatu over him. In terms of like which player would we want to sign permanently from a loan perspective. He still has a lot to learn, but don't they all? But I agree that, and it's not often I agree with Reedy, but I'm definitely agreeing with that. He seemed much more stronger on the left hand side. It was brilliant.
Yeah, would you agree, Reedy? Fatu?
I was talking about Marcel when I was saying he's better on the left hand side. For me, Fatu's clearly a better player on the right hand side. Again, when Mavadidi's on the left and Fatu's on the right, I think he's.
See, once again, we don't agree.
Yeah, I think.
No, I'm not playing Captain Hook. Put that.
Yeah, I mean, I watched your tactics talk earlier, Reedy, and so let's move on to QPR now. I saw your tactics talk earlier, Reedy, and I know that you mentioned Mavididi might not, deserve. I want to say deserve. It sounds a bit nasty, but might potentially be dropped for the game, in maybe place of Mark Albrighton. Now, I think Albrighton is still, as he was 4 years ago, as he was 6 years ago, and as he was 8 years ago when we won the Premier League. He's still a solid player. Doesn't have bags of pace, and he never has had that. But we know that he can still take on a man. To be fair, he can take on a man, and he's probably one of the best crossers of the ball in English football still now to this day. Do you think he should start on Saturday? And go on.
I think after the performance against Bournemouth, I think he deserves a start. I think Mavadidi's contributions and performances of recent haven't been great. I don't think he did too well at Leeds. I think you said in our show earlier that you thought he did well. I honestly thought he was quite poor. Obviously, he had a few good
compared
chances.
to Fatu, he was good because Fatu just didn't get much. But Mavididi, I think he was playing well against their fullback, but obviously he missed a sitter and he could have done obviously a lot more.
But I think between the two wingers that we've been in contention and who probably will start against the QB on Saturday, I think Fatu never has less than a 7 or 8 out of 10. Again, that's my opinion. I honestly think that he is that good quality, but Mavididi can drop off to be a 4 or 5 and then can do well to be an 8 or 9. So that's where I thought, do you know what? Well, Brighton deserves a chance. I'm probably not the biggest fan of him now because he isn't that highly rated player. Obviously, he's not a bloody Foden or he's not anything like that. He's literally just a guy who can cross the ball. But I think against QPR, fourth bottom of the league. Sorry?
He sets people up, though.
Yeah. Like I say, QPR fourth bottom of the league. If we want to make a few changes, we should still be able to clean the floor of them.
Yeah, I mean, Nick says Hamza. Well, can we do another 4-0? Sorry, was it 4? What was it? 5-0 Stoke? Was it 5-0 Stoke? Can we do? I think it was 5, mate.
It was 5.
Can we do one of them? We've had a bit of a battering against Plymouth, albeit in the second half. We had the Stoke game. Can we do something again this weekend as a bit of a statement to the back to Leeds basically and say, look, Leeds, yes, you beat us, got a little bit lucky, but look what we can do. And Nick, what happened, mate? You were in the background ready to come on. Now you've disappeared. Come and have a chat, Nick. The link's in the comments somewhere. All right, next one then. So we've spoken a bit about Mavididi and Albrighton there. Hamza. I mean, for me, I've just seen a funny comment there. Hamza not a driving force anymore. Well done. 20 grand he was fined today. It came out for that. But yeah, Hamza had a great game. Looked better in midfield. Now, for me, I agreed. I can't remember if it was your team or Sam's team, Reedy, that had Hamza in. Or was it both of you? Hamza in the kind of DM role with Ricardo in the advanced state. For me, I would like that very much. I think Hamza has been very good. I think pretty much every game he's played this season where he's come in, he's looked solid.
The majority of his games he's had clean sheets as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and it did surprise me because I know he was on loan at Watford last season. And I don't think he had the best of times at Watford. But I suppose in this team, you've got so much class around you, it's a little bit easier. So what are you going, Chris, mate? Would you like to see Hamza start, or do you think stick with the usual Ricardo a bit further back and then maybe Pratt or Atgun further up?
No, I actually agree. I think Chowdhury should start because, he has been Mr. Consistent when we have played him. He has been used as a kind of super sub, wrongly in my opinion. Because bringing him on in the last 20 minutes, that's not going to do any good. No, he needs to have a fair few more minutes than just like the last 10 or 20. So no, definitely start him 100%.
Yeah. Someone asked, is Vardy back to play on Saturday? No, he's not. He's going to be out for, I think Enzo said 10
to 15 days.
10 to 15 days. Yeah, 10 to 15 days.
Could be worse, thankfully.
Could be worse. Exactly. Could be worse. We can get by with that, I think, definitely. And when's Ndidi back, Reedy? Is that April? Is that next month still? Still a few weeks away.
Couldn't tell you, mate.
I thought that was after the internationals.
To be honest, I won't be shocked if he doesn't come back to the end of the season. As in, like, we've missed him out so much already. As much as I know we'd miss him, we've done a majority of the season without him. So,
well, I mean, we haven't lost a game, right? We haven't lost a game where he's played more than 60 minutes, or that. I think that's the stat in it. We haven't lost a game where indeed he's played more than like 55 minutes or something like that. So, what that tells you, I don't know. Could see Wilf back for when we play Southampton because that game's now moved because the FA Cup's here. That's 2 weeks. It's not May. It is 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, it is because I'm actually going to Gran Canaria next Sunday, and it was supposed to be the Friday after I've gone. So 2 weeks.
So I think we're looking a bit quite a lot away from that, and I think it's April, mate. I'm sure it's April. He's back.
Well, you never know. It depends when the Southampton game gets moved.
Oh, obviously, of course. Hassan says Enzo is given all the fringe players a chance apart from Suter. He's got to be given a chance for Saturday.
I think we're all just like, what the hell?
Well, we've got Nelson and Cody are ahead of Suter. Suter ain't playing another game, I don't think, this season unless there's a big injury problem.
Or even in the bloody Leicester top.
Say that again, mate.
I said, or even in a Leicester top.
Oh, for goodness sake, we've had a comment about the moustaches.
Ron Jeremy, the 70. Yeah. Okay, so someone Louis here as well said no way Suter. And then there was one other one I wanted to ask. We just spoke about Cody there. Cody or Nelson? So I think Nelson looked like he was ahead of Cody a few weeks ago because Enzo started to kind of drop him in a little bit, sprinkle him in like Salt Bay. And now Cody played against Bournemouth, and I would say, although Cody's been a bit of a disappointment this season, he looked good against Bournemouth. He looked okay. And I think I said it after the Leeds game. Maybe we do need a leader like Cody in the back line to kind of try and organise things a little bit more in the late stages. So, Reedy, what do you think? Cody or Nelson for QPR?
I think Cody had a brilliant game against Bournemouth. Maybe it's because of higher level and he knows what he needs to do in that sort of level of football. I don't know. But I think Cody was always going to play because it was the cup game and he was making changes. He was never going to take Faze with him. He was never going to take Justin with him. So, he did take him, but he's never going to start. But someone like Nelson, I could easily see starting. But again, like you say, Cody needs game time, so I think he'd be the main man to start because Vestergaard's out. If it was Faze out, then you probably would say Nelson. But I think Cody, because of the leadership role where Vestergaard does play, I think you would need him.
Chris, I've gone Cody. Chris, Reedy's gone Cody. Nick's gone Nelson. What about you?
I kind of like. I mean, as much as I like Nelson, I agree we need a sort of leader from the back. So I would definitely say Cody.
Lovely stuff.
Nelson could easily come on 20 minutes left, especially if we're like 2-3-0 up. He could then come on and be just a kind of light for light substitution, and that would do us just fine.
Well, Scott here says I think Fass is our weakest link in defence. I mean, I think that's.
Probably
I
one
think
of the strongest.
When you've got the usual back three, I think it's got to be JJ, isn't it? JJ is the weak link.
I was going to say. I was wondering if you were going to say JJ was the strongest one. I was like, bloody hell.
No, weakest. Yeah.
I'd say JJ's not had a great season at all this year.
I just think. I don't know, mate. I don't think Enzo knows his favourite between JJ and Doyle. I think Doyle struggled at times.
Well, I think the only problem is we know who's the one person that's staying out of the two of them. So.
Well, yeah, I don't think Doyle's signing permanently, unfortunately. It would have been nice because I think he's a good... But for the amount of money that Man City will want, it wouldn't be worth it. And then Louis... What's that, mate?
So that was it. Fast the weakest link. I was like, he's the weakest link. Goodbye.
Louis says Fass is one of my players of the season. Yeah, I think so. Raya says Doyle hasn't been the same since his injury. To be fair, I didn't think he was great before his injury either. They were okay. I think they've both been okay, JJ and Doyle, all season. But I agree with Nick. I think maybe JJ just pips Doyle to it at the moment. But yeah, guys, keep getting your comments in. Let me know your score predictions for this weekend against QPR. Who you think will score first, and the score prediction. I'll come to you, Chris, first, mate. Score prediction and first goal scorer.
Again, like easy win. Just keep
Yeah.
saying it. Easy win. I think I'm going to keep going 4-0 because I do think it'll be a 4-0 win this weekend. And first goal scorer, I'm going to go. I think KDH. I think KDH might score first. Yeah.
And sorry, one question I did forget. Sorry, Chris. I think we touched on it, but not a definitive answer. Daka, Cannon, or Nacho? Who are you starting up front?
Well, I know who. Sorry, this person wants me to say, but in all honesty, because it's QPR, and I think we should give Daka a rest. Not because I don't like him, but I think he should be rested or probably come on as a sub. I think Cannon.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Cheers, Chris.
I don't think it's going to be that difficult. So I think give Daka a bit of a rest and probably save him for the Southampton match when it does happen.
Nice one, mate. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for jumping on. We'll see you next Thursday, mate. All the best. Make sure that task is still there. And it's probably grown a quarter of a centimetre by then, so or a millimetre. But yeah, we'll see you then, mate. Cheers, Chris.
Cheers.
Reedy, I don't think I need to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Daka, Nacho, Cannon up front on Saturday.
I think Chris is right. I think that it's going to be it should be an easier fixture, so I probably would say Cannon. But I've already said my scoreline and I've already said who's scoring, so I can't not pick Daka. So
go on, give scoreline and first goal scorer or any goal scorer.
Well, I've gone 3-0 and Daka's getting a hat-trick. So
Daka. And are we winning the league?
Should do, mate. Should do.
I'm
not saying we will. I'm just saying we should do.
Points record? No, not winning 10 and 12?
No chance,
No?
No.
Not winning
10, all I'm saying
9,
is a few games, when it was like 18 games to go and we were saying about can we do it, and you said, oh, we've only lost 4 all season. We've lost like 2 or 3 more since that, mate. So,
well, 10 wins out of 12 or 9 wins, 3 draws out of 12.
Or if any other team loses.
Yeah, I'm on about the points record.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Again, you're asking for quite a hard task there. We've still got Southampton. We've still got who else? I know. So there's a lot of them are lower league side, but
we've got Norwich, I think, haven't we? At some point,
there'll be a few tougher tests. So,
well, we've got Leeds out of the way. Lost both of them and Ipswich. We drew them, but yeah, oh well. Right, Reedy, mate, cheers for coming on. Jamie, watch along on Saturday and Jamie shows Sunday. Right?
Yes, there's a watch along on Saturday, or should be. And then, yes, Jamie's show on Sunday for the famous Aftermath show.
Nice one, mate. All the best. Turn that frown upside down, mate. Leicester are winning the league. Right. Continue to get your score predictions in quickly before we end, please. And who you think will score. Callum Barnes says 6-0 Leicester. That would be lovely stuff. Rye says 4-0 Daka hat-trick. Interesting. Rye. Maybe that's Reedy there in disguise. Are you Reedy in disguise? Mark says 3-0 Leicester. Kunal says 1-0 Leicester. Nacho Pen. Richard says 4-0. That's 2 people who have said Daka hat-trick. What is going on? Nick says scrappy 2-0 win. KDH and Abdul. Craig says 3-0 to Leicester. KDH first goal. Louis says, sorry if it's Lewis. I keep saying Louis. I'm guessing it's Louis, but tell me if it's Lewis. 2-0, they will park the bus. Nick says Cannon start up front over Daka. Nacho, Daka, Cannon and Nacho. 3-1, Ricky P scores the first. Order is restored in the championship. Bubba, thank you very much for tuning in from all the way over in. Oh, I'm going to get this right. Tucson, Arizona. I think that's right. Let me know if I'm right, Bubba. I'm sure that's right. I'm probably wrong now. Actually, I'm probably wrong. Didn't think anyone was slower than Vestergaard. Stephen says 3-0 Leicester. This is Nick's opinion on the Daka hat trick predictions. I'm with you there. Who was it? Was it Andy Medhurst? Andy Medhurst. If Daka gets a hat trick, he's going to pay for a holiday for Turkey for me. That's what he said, wasn't it? So. If Daka gets a hat trick, Andy, you can book my trip to Turkey. Hull will be the only game we lose. Sunderland Hull still to come. Southampton our toughest game. Louis says, we've already had you, Louis. Ian says 2-0. Adol says 2-1. It is Louis, not Lewis. Thank you very much, mate. Scranton. There's somebody else. Oh, it's the Tucson Fox. There's a Tucson Fox. Sorry, I got you mixed up, Bubba. But you're from America, so I was half right. And then the final score prediction of the night goes to Tomahawk Eye, who is here with me every single week. Cheers, Tomahawk Eye, for the support. I reckon 3-0 or 4-0 or 3-1. Should we just say 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 4-2, 3-2, 6-1, 5-2, 5-4, 9-8? Like, come on, Tomahawk Eye. You need to be a bit more decisive on that one. But yes, that's the end of the show, guys. We'll be back next Thursday with myself. And then, like I said, the watch along on Saturday at about 3:00 and the famous Aftermath show at 10 a.m. on Sunday. If you're watching on YouTube, it would be much appreciated if you could please literally just scroll down a tiny bit, hit the like button, and also hit subscribe. Subscribing is free. It takes 2 seconds. And if you're on Facebook, head over to YouTube and hit the like button and subscribe. But don't forget to like on YouTube on Facebook first. But that's it. And as always, come on, you Foxes. We're winning the league. Points record, maybe not. And Leicester are the best team the Championship has ever seen.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, Everod's, Barlow Blinds, Bucker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Nubian Cow, The Fox's Arms and Rainbows. Run by the fans, for the fans. Follow us on socials at Leicester Fan TV and visit leicesterfantv.com for all the latest news, views and videos.